Hi friends, Mrs. Fontenot here. We are going to do a social studies lesson today. We are going to continue learning about our American symbols, those symbols that represent the United States of America where we live. We've learned about the United States American flag. We've learned about the Statue of Liberty. This week, we're going to learn about the Liberty Bell and the bald eagle. And on the website, if you go all the way down to number 4, you can see a live video of a real bald eagle, and you can check in and watch and see what it's doing throughout the day, okay? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can dive right in. All right, here I have a picture of our Statue of Liberty. Do you remember our Statue of Liberty? What do you remember about the Statue of Liberty? Yes, it's a lady statue. It's in New York City. What else do you remember? Yeah, she was a birthday present for the United States of America from France, which was over across the ocean in Europe. She was given to us as a present. And she is a symbol of our country. And she stands for all the good things that we enjoy, like plenty of good food, warm clothes to wear, schools, hospitals, cars that help take us. It stands for liberty, which means freedom. And we have all those things because we are free. In America, we can choose where we live and work. We can choose who the leaders of our country are going to be. And that is what liberty and freedom look like. So that's what she represents, and she was a gift for us. So here's a little poem about the Statue of Liberty, and then I'll teach you about our new symbol this week. In New York Harbor stands a lady over 150 feet tall. Millions have come here for her freedoms, and now they're Americans, one and all. So, another symbol of our country is the Liberty Bell. Look at those words: Statue of Liberty, Liberty Bell. They both have that word liberty, which means freedom. The Liberty Bell is located in Liberty Bell Center in Pennsylvania or Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And it used to be an Independence Hall, but it got moved, and we'll see that in a little video today. It was originally made in London, England, which is also in Europe across the ocean, okay? They think that the Liberty Bell was probably rung at the time that the Declaration of Independence was signed in Philadelphia over 200 years ago. It cracked. Do you guys see that crack there? Let me hold it a little closer. Do you see that crack? It cracked when it was rung on George Washington's birthday, and they never fixed it. The crack is 2.5 feet long. It's the bell itself is actually 3 feet. That might be as tall as you. The Liberty Bell was also very, very heavy. It weighs 2,080 pounds, which is as much as our car. So we're going to read a little book about the Liberty Bell. The Liberty Bell is an American symbol. It is a symbol of freedom in America. And see, you can see that crack. The Liberty Bell was made in 1752. It was made to celebrate the Constitution of Pennsylvania. The Liberty Bell was rung many times. In 1776, it was rung to celebrate the Declaration of Independence. That is something that has all kinds of things that our country follows and that our country is based off of. You'll learn more about this as you get older. The last time the Liberty Bell rang was in 1846. It was rung for George Washington's birthday. Who was George Washington again? Yes, our first president of the United States. The Liberty Bell has a big crack in it. It does not ring anymore. So it's broken. It does not work anymore. The Liberty Bell has been taken around the country and many people have seen it. An American spaceship was named after the Liberty Bell. This spaceship is called Liberty Bell 7. A picture of the Liberty Bell is on a coin. This is a $50. If you ever get a $50 coin, you might see the picture of the Liberty Bell. Many people visit the Liberty Bell each year. It is an important American symbol. See, look, there are some kids and families that have come to see it. Maybe sometime your family can take a vacation to Pennsylvania to see the Liberty Bell. All right, we're going to watch a little video about this, and then we have another symbol that we're going to learn about today. So give me just a second to get my screen ready. All right, hopefully you guys can see my screen and are ready to watch a little video about the Liberty Bell.
Today we're taking a trip to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to visit a well-known piece of American history. Housed in Liberty Bell Center, the Liberty Bell sits as a symbol of freedom for America. The Pennsylvania Provincial Assembly commissioned the bell in 1751 to hang in the new State House. The bell was delivered to Philadelphia in August 1752. Before being hung, the bell had to be recast twice because of cracking while testing. It was finally hung in the State House in June 1753. The Liberty Bell is 25% tin, 70% copper, and it has small amounts of gold, silver, arsenic, zinc, and lead. It weighs about 2,080 pounds, has a circumference of 12 feet around the lip, and measures 3 feet from crown to lip. Leviticus 25:10, which says, "Proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof," is written on the bell. The bell was originally used to summon the lawmakers to their legislative sessions and to alert the people to public proclamations and meetings. The untrue story of the Liberty Bell ringing on July 4th, 1776, to signal the adoption of the Declaration of Independence is not too far off. The bell actually rang on July 8, 1776, to celebrate the first public reading of the document. The bell was not given the name the Liberty Bell until 1839 in an abolitionist pamphlet. The abolitionists were the people that were fighting to end slavery in America in the 1800s. The final time the Liberty Bell was rang was in 1846 for George Washington's birthday. This crack was irreparable. 130 years after its final ring, the bell was moved to a pavilion near Independence Hall, and the newest relocation of the Liberty Bell was in 2003 when it was moved to the Liberty Bell Center in Independence National Historic Park. The Liberty Bell is a distinct artifact in American history, and many people visit it every year. Remember to stop by and see the historic Liberty Bell whenever you're in Philadelphia.
All right, friends. We are going to go ahead and talk about our next symbol. We have learned about the American flag. We've learned, sorry about that. We have learned about the American flag. We have learned about the Statue of Liberty. We've learned about the Liberty Bell. And now we're going to learn about this bird, the bald eagle. The bald eagle is the United States of America's national bird, okay? It symbolizes freedom, just like the Statue of Liberty and the Liberty Bell, through the way that it soars in the sky like it's free with its wings. The bald eagle can fly 30 to 35 miles an hour. That is how fast your mom might drive her car, or daddy might drive the car around the village in the Grand Canyon or around Tucson, okay? The only place that we can find a bald eagle is in the United States of America, not in the United States of America, North America, I'm sorry, in North America, which includes the United States of America, Canada, and even northern Mexico. Okay, so when we say North America, we mean Mexico, the United States of America, and Canada. That is the only place you can find this bird. And they actually were really close to extinction. And now we're really trying to bring them back and to help protect them. They are an endangered species. So we want to make sure that we take really good care of the bald eagle and protect them so they stay safe because that is our country's bird. Okay. I'm going to show you a video about the bald eagle, and then I will let you know what your assignments are for this week. All right, hopefully you can see my video and are ready to learn about the bald eagle.
Let's learn about bald eagles. Famously the national bird and symbol of the United States of
How big
America,
its wings.
the bald eagle is a bird of prey. As birds, bald eagles are warm-blooded, they have beaks and wings, they lay eggs, and they are covered in feathers. Despite its name, bald eagles are not bald. Their name comes from the word piebald, which means covered in patches of light and dark colors. The white head and tail, contrasted with its dark body, make the bald eagle easy to identify. Bald eagles are a type of sea eagle and may reach a body length of up to 40 inches or 102 centimeters, a wingspan of up to 7.5 feet or 2.3 meters, and weights reaching nearly 14 pounds or 6.3 kilograms. Bald eagles are the largest type of eagle native to North America and the only eagle that can be found only in North America. It ranges over most of Canada and Alaska, all of the lower 48 states, as well as parts of Mexico. Bald eagles are carnivores, eating mostly fish, but they will also eat rabbits, beavers, geese, reptiles, and crabs, as well as other creatures, and carrion, or animals that have already died. Because they prefer to eat fish, the bald eagle can be found near large bodies of water where they can find food, with large old trees where they can nest. Bald eagles need large, strong trees because they build huge nests. The bald eagle builds the largest nest of any bird in North America and the largest tree nest of any animal in the world. The nest of a bald eagle can be up to 13 feet or 4 meters deep, over 8 feet or 2.5 meters wide, and weigh more than a ton. The largest nest ever measured was almost 10 feet or more than 3 meters wide and 20 feet or 6 meters deep. Bald eagles choose a mate for life, and each year the pair returns to the same nest, making it bigger and stronger. Since eagles may live 30 years or more in the wild, it is easy to see how these nests can become so massive. Young bald eagles, or juveniles, look dramatically different from adults. They do not have the distinctive white head and tail until they reach adulthood at 4 or 5 years of age.
That's a little kid eagle.
Instead, they have dark brown feathers with varying amounts of white streaks in their plumage. The bald eagle began to be used as a symbol for the United States of America back in 1782 when it first appeared on the Great Seal, but it can now be found on American money, flags, documents, public buildings, and passports. The bald eagle was a common sight in the America of the 1700s, with populations estimated to be as high as 500,000 eagles. But by the 1950s, there were just over 400 known nesting pairs of bald eagles left. The population had dropped for several reasons. As forests were cleared across America, the bald eagles lost important habitat. People also thought that bald eagles would kill and eat their chickens and sheep, so tens of thousands of them were shot. Finally, a chemical called DDT, which was used to kill insects, was poisoning the eagles and stopping them from hatching healthy chicks. In an effort to stop the bald eagle from going extinct, Congress approved the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act, and in 1967, the bald eagle was added to the list of endangered species. In 1972, the use of DDT was banned in the United States. With these protections in place, the eagle population began to recover, and in 1995 the bald eagle was removed from the list of endangered species. It is thought that there are currently 70,000 bald eagles living in North America. I hope you enjoyed learning about bald eagles today. Goodbye till next time.
All right, friends, so that is a little bit about the bald eagle and the Liberty Bell. Next, I want you to go ahead and go down to your next number 2, and I want you to work on your American symbols book. It looks like this, and in it has your pages so that you can color your bald eagle. You can write about your bald eagle. You can even color and write about your Liberty Bell, okay? And you need to look for the pages on it that have the words that match and have a grown-up help you find those. So you can use the posters on the website to fill in those blanks. If you've forgotten how to do that or you have not made your book yet, I left my video up from last week so that you can see how to make your American symbols book to work through, because we still have a couple more weeks of this before we're done, okay? Also, number 3, if you have not done your little mini book yet, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, your little American symbols book where you can color and write. You need to do that too, okay? That is due by spring break. So finish that this week in number 3. And then remember, if you want to see a real bald eagle in its nest, check out number 4. And I have a video shared where you can check that out. Did you hear that their nest gets so huge? Their nest can be so big that a grown up like me or mom or dad or grandma or grandpa could fit in it. We could sleep in the nest. It's so big. So I hope you had fun today learning about these American symbols with me. Have fun on your assignments. If you need help, reach out to me. I can't wait to hear all that you're learning about our United States symbols that represent our country. All right, I will see you next time. Bye, friends.